we are back. Doing another video for you. Okay, real quick. We already cleaned this boiler out about a month ago. It's a Thermodynamics boiler I put in about 15 years ago. They get water damage in the basement, as you can see. They have to get their sewer line fixed, whatever that is up there. Let me put this Bauer light on. There you go, nice and bright. Alright, now you can see. What happened was, the chamber on the inside of the boiler completely went bad. Alright, the water just killed it. So when we cleaned it, we gutted it out. The front plate that goes on the front of the boiler that swings out, the burner plate, completely rusted shut. A lot of water damage. So what we're going to do today is basically completely rebuild it. We're going to put a new complete Thermodynamics chamber in. New backboard, new front burner plate. We're also going to change all the smoke pipe. Alright. We're going to do it A-team style. Alright, we're going to start by getting rid of this 5-inch smoke pipe. Like I said, the boiler's already cleaned. Fell apart. Alright, we're going to put the joints together, everything, hook up our new smoke pipe. Chimney's already clean. We already did all that. Watch. Where'd my flashlight go? We'll take our Bauer flashlight. Bada boom, bada bang. Alright, you can see it. Chimney's clean. Alright, let me start putting this flue pipe together. Alright, the doctor's upstairs. Alright, when you put smoke pipe together, you want to put it together so that this lip fits into this seam over there. Best way to do it, let me put this up. Best way to put smoke pipe together, just put it between thigh and foot, and you're just going to crimp it together. Some of it sometimes is a little difficult to get together. It's been sitting around, maybe you got dented. Alright, then when you're done, find a flat piece of ground. Just hit it like that. That's how you put flue pipe together. Alright. Alright, when you're putting flue pipe together, you have a crimped side. See the ridges? That's crimped. Then you have, on this, a crimped side also. This is a 90. Then you have a smooth side. The smooth side goes together with the crimped side, so it slides on. You cannot take two crimped sides and put them together. Alright? So it's got to be the smooth side, one with that. Alright? Alright, this basement's hot. You can already tell that we're sweating bullets. You sweating? I'm sweating too. It's damp down here. I advise you, go to Harbor Freight, buy yourself a fan. It'll help you out. You can see, we're dying. Alright, smoke pipes all together. What you do, you want to take some zip screws, alright, and you want to zip screw each joint. You just want to maybe put 2 in each joint. Best thing to use is a Bauer impact gun. Alright, got that? All you need is 2 per joint. That's it, alright? So you're just going to put 2 per joint and that's it. Alright, smoke pipes screwed together. Alright, next, this is the insulation for the back. This is the back plate. The back plate's fine. It didn't get damaged like the front burner plate did. This is the old insulation. We're going to throw all this out. Alright, this is our chamber. This goes in just like so. See how the chamber goes in? Alright, you have to have this chamber so that you can achieve good combustion. It's already pre-cut for it. It goes all the way up in there. See that? Okay. Then back here, this is the kit that it came in. This is our back plate. Insulation that we're going to put on. Then we're going to put the door on top of it, and we'll tighten everything up. And this is the piece for the front with the burner plate, but right now we'll work on the back. Alright, a couple studs on this broke. As you can see, it's not that critical though. So what you want to do, this also acts as a target wall. your burner flame is going to come straight up the tube, and this actually acts like the back of your chamber. You want to put the smooth side facing in. See how this is a little rigid? See how that's smooth? You want that smooth part on the inside. I'm working with one hand. Let me get this on, and then we'll take a, let me get this on, then we'll put it back up. Alright, I got it buttoned up. See how the studs are sticking out? Alright, we had a couple break, it ain't that critical. Right down here. And the reason that I'm sitting on a cinder block is because this is all sewage. This is all shit water. See all the dampness that you see down there? You know, it came from the customer's ass. You know that. Alright, here you go. Alright, after you get the insulation plate on, slash target wall. Take your steel plate in the back, put it on. Got that? Alright, then 11/16 nuts. This is Thermodynamics. You want to put all the nuts on, and then we're going to tighten them all up using our Harbor Freight ratchet piece. Alright, got a full kit right there. Do yourself a favor, go to Harbor Freight, pick up the ratchets. They work good. Alright, let me tighten all these nuts up. Alright, everything's tightened up. And see, there's very little light down here also. So, using our Bauer light. Pretty bright. I think I made a video on it already and showed you. Alright, so everything's tightened up. You can see that the plate's on, steel plate, and the insulation slash target wall back there. See all the white? See all the white? Alright, a lot of these bolts broke, but majority of them stayed. That's good. Now what we'll do, we'll put on the decorative cover for the back of the boiler. Alright, see when you're working on a lot of old equipment, alright, this boiler's 15 years old, but being in this environment, it took a beat. Alright, it's constantly got shit water coming around. Take your Bauer impact gun. This is perfect for drilling into old beat up jackets. This blue jacket that you see here, it's pretty well beat up. This tool's perfect for it. Alright, you could go up and around. Perfect tool for it, better than your average drill gun. Alright, we're going to keep on going on. We're almost done with the drill gun. Alright, I took my bit off the front. I put a diamond tip. Alright, you again use your impact gun. We're going to make a smoke hole. Doctor's holding the pipe. I'm trying to do this with one hand. There we go. Perfect hole. Alright, these diamond tips they sell at Harbor Freight also. You're a believer. I can tell you are. See it in your face. Alright, we're going to work on the front plate now. This is the Thermodynamics burner plate, front boiler plate. It's real easy to go on. We have two hooks, or you could call them hinges. Alright, they're shaped like an L. On the plate, you only have one side with hinges. This is the side that's going to get hooked on there. Alright, I'm going to hold this. We're going to try this the first shot. If I got to sand it down, I'll do it. But let's see. Can you see that? Alright, there you go. Everything is never scripted. This is all real. Alright, there you go. We do not rehearse. You want to know why? Because we are professionals. You are the professional too. Next, we're going to put the insulation right here behind the boiler plate. If you do not have this insulation behind the burner plate, what's going to happen? That's right. This plate will turn cherry red. You could fry an egg on it. About a couple weeks to a month, this will actually start to bubble up and crack. So it's important that you put the insulation behind the plate, and each year when you clean it and do your inspection, make sure that it's in good shape. Alright, this is for all the young bucks out there, and even you seasoned guys. Nothing comes perfect from the factory. Replacement parts. What I had to do when I put this front plate on, when I put the front gasket on, the door had a hard time shutting. So I just had to take a utility knife and just trim the left side. You can see it's a little uneven because, look, it was just a little bit too far over. Nothing's perfect. And either are you watching, you're not perfect either. Alright, so I had to trim it. If you don't know what side to put it on, always make sure that this peephole, so you see the fire, is lined up with the same peephole on this. And we'll shut it. Alright. And then we'll put our bolt on, and then we'll hook everything up, and then we'll tighten it all up. Alright, the doc ran outside to get some more stuff. Alright, the front plate's closed, everything's tightened up. Okay, after you get everything tightened up, take your cover, your boiler plate cover. You're going to put it on. Now, like I showed you before, a lot of these older boilers, well, this ain't that old, but when you're in a bad environment, the jackets get beat up. Just use your Bauer impact wrench, take some zip screws, sheet metal screws, and just screw them in and straighten it out. Alright, this is all drilled in. Alright, when you're doing work and you always have to disassemble or take the burner off the appliance, put a new gasket on. Even if the old gasket looks good, look, these are very cheap and expensive. I carry carry hundreds of them. Just put it on. Alright, here you go. Like that. Put the gasket on. If you do not put a good gasket, when you go to reattach your burner, you're going to get all kinds of fumes. Customer's going to call you. The burner goes right on. Bada boom, bada bing. Alright, see how easy that is? And then you're on. So I'm going to button up everything else and using, once again, your Harbor Freight ratchet set, tighten up all the bolts. Alright, just to show you, because there is a lot of, what's that word I'm looking for? A lot of commentary out there. Guys like to say they don't do your job. When we did clean this already, we already did put new electrodes. We did put a new nozzle, 6560, solid. And we did do the pump screen. The rest of the burner kind of looks like garbage. It does run, but you can see that because of all this, sewage that comes down here, it just rusts everything out. But we just want to show you that we did do the nozzle, electrodes, pump screen. All right, the oil line going under the ground, because it's moist, it looks like hell. All right, that's just going to break and leak. So we're going to install a new oil line. The tank's in there, and there's a lot of sewage. Well, it's dried up, but that's all sewage on the floor. And guess what? If you do follow us on Facebook, you know that we love compression fittings. But today, we're going to install flare fittings. Can you believe it? Alright. But there's a method behind our madness. We're going to show you why we're using flare fittings today. You're going to like it. Alright, so let us take this compression fitting out and let's start hooking everything up with flare. And we'll get jumping on our new oil line. When you're hooking up your flare fittings, any kind of fitting, we recommend that you use Rector seal. Alright. You just apply it generously around the threads. Okay. It's like yellow. And you screw it right into the inlet of the pump. Alright, what we're going to do over here, we got to convert this over to a flare fitting. Now the reason that I always carry my fan is because this is not mud. What is that? Shit. It's shit. This is poop. This is real life situation. This ain't scripted. This is poop. And we gotta work in it. This is feces. So look, if you want to be a plumber or an oil burner mechanic, these are the conditions that you have to work in a lot of times. Alright, this is broken sewer lines and everything. Shit. Alright. Where, you see something? Where's the broken line? Oh yeah, see the hole? Yeah, look at that. That's where all this shit's coming from. Right there. Alright. Alright, let me convert this over to a flare fitting. Alright, because of the bad environment, what we did, let me put this light on. Right there. Alright, we put a flare fitting. We're keeping the oil line off the ground. I don't know if the customer's ever going to fix his soil line or not. We came up here, we ran it across the ceiling. Just put some zip ties, came across, knocked a hole through here. Going right over to the burner. Now we don't need a check valve, we don't need a tiger loop. We're feeding off the bottom of the tank. Tank's full, even when we're down to a quarter tank or an eighth, we'll still never lose the prime because we're on the bottom of the tank. We're going to show you something really, really nice. I'm going to go up here next, I'm going to start flaring. That's what I want to show you. I'm going to show you something, a thing of beauty. Alright, if you know us, you know that we're tool junkies. We like tools, we like technology. I want to show you an automatic flare gun made by Navic. I picked this up at Sid Harvey's. Alright, here's my old flare gun. I've had this forever. This kit comes with a nice copper cutter, beautiful copper cutter. Comes with all the different dies, 3/8, ½ inch, 5/8. Here it goes right here. We'll hook it all up, we'll show you how it works. It makes the perfect flare. No more breaking your chops. Alright, first things first. This is a really nice copper cutter that they give you. There you go. Cuts right through it. Just as good as rigid. Like I said, this Navic automatic flare gun, it's battery operated. It makes the perfect flare. I picked it up at Sid Harvey's. I think I paid about $400, almost $5. It's well worth the money. It makes the perfect flare. Alright, so you see we just cut right through this. Here we go. And what we'll do next, there we go, we'll hook up the flare gun. Alright, like I said, we're working in a dirty environment. Alright, before you put your die on, we're going to use a 3/8 die. You want to make sure that the flaring piece mechanism is all the way in. If you push, it's got a F and an R on the trigger, forward and reverse. See how the mechanism's coming out, the flare mechanism? If it's out, you won't be able to put your flare on. You want to bring it back, all the way in. I'm trying to do this with one hand. And then, make a liar out of me. Alright, then your die will slip in just like that. Alright, then we'll put our tubing in there, and there's a baffle. You can't mess it up. You stick the tubing in and it hits the baffle on the inside, then you just tighten this up. Once it hits the baffle, you can't go any further. You know that you're far enough. You can't screw it up. Alright, I got the copper in. Pretty sure that I butted up against the baffle that's inside. Everything's ready. Alright, what we're going to do, we're going to pull the trigger. We're going to pull the F, meaning forward, so the mechanism is going to come out. Stretch the copper and flare it. You'll hear a click and you'll physically feel a click in the gun. Then you know that your flare is done. Alright, I think I screwed something up. I don't think I'm in far enough. Let me restart this. Alright, what you want to do, you want to have the die on the copper, like so. You want it to go inside. This yellow knob tightens the tension down. See the copper on the inside? Right where my finger's at? Let that focus in. Right below it, where my thumb's at, that's the baffle. You want the copper to come up and hit the baffle, not be any farther back or any further forward. That's the baffle, that's your measuring point. And what we'll do next, we'll clip the gun right on the front. Alright, so we got the die all set up to show you. My assistant here will hold it right. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful tool. Then it just flips on like so. making a liar out of me here. Alright, did you hear the click? Alright. Pull it out. Take it off. Made a liar out of me here. It's supposed to be simple. Alright. Here's one of the best flares you'll ever get. See that? Right on the inside? Beautiful. Can't mess it up. You want to know how you will mess it up? When you're working in shit. And that's what's going on. I'm working in shit. I'm trying to sit on a cinder block here. See the block? Because I don't want to sit in this. So, but anyway, invest in this if you can. It makes excellent flares. I should have did the video a lot better, but excuse me and the environment. All right, let me hook this back up. All right, oil line's hooked up. We're going to get a good flow. We're priming it. Got a real good flow. Wait for it to fire up. All right, just fired up. Now we're going to have to let this run for a couple minutes because the refractory in there has to heat up, and it's got to, you know, break in with the fire. We'll put a plug up there. You got a long screwdriver? Give me that long screwdriver over there. Be right back. Alright, I forgot to poke a hole with the refractory. Let's take a peek at the fire to see what we can see. That's a nice looking fire. That's a really nice fire. Alright, we're going to let this run, then we'll be right back. We'll take a smoke test, make sure it's burning clean. Alright, the doc went outside to take some tools. I'm the last one in. Alright, let's give this a smoke test. This has been running long enough. Let me see if I can position the camera. Now, if you've been watching this long enough, you're going to use your smoke gun. You've seen us make the smoke hole for it. You're going to give it 10 pumps. Now, this is a Riello burner. When they're set up properly, they burn excellent. Alright, we took 10 pumps. It's a white sheet of paper. It's porous paper. It has pores in it. Alright, you see it? I hope the camera angle's right. Alright, we have no dirt. Alright? We have no dirt. Burning nice and clean. Alright, always use your smoke gun when you're done doing everything. Now we got everything done today. This heater's up and running. It's doing good. It's back in life. It's rebuilt. We did everything today in this poor atmosphere. Always carry your portable fan if you can. You like Milwaukee, whatever, do it. It keeps a lot of flies away, and it just keeps a lot of odors away when you're working in environments like this. This is all crap. That's all human waste that we were walking in. And also, I like the Bauer radio. Bauer radio also keeps me charged, so I could keep on doing what we're doing. And I also hope I showed you something good today. I'm telling you, I fell in love with my battery operated flare gun. Alright, it was a little rough using it in the beginning. That's because of, it's brand new, number one. This is actually the second time I used it. And, you know, depending on the environment, again, you know. But, yeah, if you could go by Sid Harvey's, pick up one of these, I'm telling you, you'll love it. And it makes a perfect flare every time. Comes in a nice case. I think I paid about $400 for it. Also, when you're working out here, I don't know what you like. For years, I carried an ammo box or a bucket. I tried this Bauer bag. I fell in love with it. I could carry everything that I need, basically in one shot. If you like Milwaukee or any other brand, go for it. But I fell in love with this Bauer bag. Also, if the lighting is bad, real bad in the basement, this is pretty dim. All right. You know, I like this Bauer flashlight's great. All right, works great. Can't beat it. It lit up the whole basement. Oh, there we go. Lit up the whole basement. All right, I hope you learned something. I hope you liked the video. Do me a favor. Click subscribe and click the like button. Billy Burner in the A-Team.